So, have you ever been in a meeting where it feels like you're just talking past a coworker, even though you're supposedly on the same team? It's a frustrating feeling, right? Well, it turns out there's a really powerful mindset that can completely bridge that gap. And it all starts with one simple but honestly profound idea. Connection is personal.
Let's be real. We've all been there. That feeling of us versus them. It's almost an instinct, isn't it? To draw a line in the sand, separating our team, our department from, well, everybody else. But why do we do that? Where does that feeling even come from?
Well, it turns out it's not some personal flaw you have. This us versus them thinking is literally hardwired into our brains. It's a survival instinct. For thousands and thousands of years, our ancestors had to stick with their tribe to stay safe. So our brains got really, really good at deciding who's in and who's out in a split second.
Okay, now here's where it gets super interesting. There's this hormone, oxytocin. You've probably heard it called the love drug or the cuddle hormone, right? It's amazing for helping us bond with our family, our friends, our team. But here's the twist. That exact same hormone can make us more suspicious and even hostile to people we see as outsiders. It's a total double-edged sword.
So this thing that literally kept us alive for millennia? Well, in today's super connected, diverse workplaces, it's become a major bug in the system. This old us versus them wiring, it just creates conflict, it causes misunderstandings, and honestly, it holds us all back from doing our best work together.
So the big question is, what do we do about it? How do we overcome this ancient instinct? How can we actually bridge that us versus them divided work? Let's dive into the antidote.
And the answer, the bridge across that divide, is actually a really simple but powerful mindset shift. It's right there, making connection personal. And no, I'm not talking about some awkward, forced team-building exercise. This is about making a genuine, intentional choice to see the people we work with as, well, people.
This really just captures the magic of what happens when we do this. All of a sudden, the labels we put on people, the new guy, that person from finance, they just start to fade away. And we see the human being behind the title. We find that common ground, those shared hopes and challenges, and we start to see a little bit of ourselves in them.
Now, this isn't just about one-on-one relationships. This mindset can literally define and transform an entire workplace culture. So I've got a question for you. Which bus are you on?
Let's break this down. You can think of workplace cultures as 3 different kinds of buses. First, you've got the red bus. This is aggressive, it's defensive, it's all about command and control. Connection is seen as a weakness, something that gets in the way of blaming people when things go wrong. Then there's the green bus. This one's more passive, avoidant, people are just numbers on the spreadsheet. Connection just doesn't happen. But the goal, where we all want to be, is on the blue bus. This is where connection is intentionally built to unlock everyone's potential. And the result, real commitment and creativity.
And just look at the difference in how leaders think. It's night and day. The red bus manager avoids connection to hold on to power. They use authority to push things through. But the blue bus leader, they get it. They understand that building relationships isn't a distraction from the work. It is the work. It's how you actually understand your team and get amazing things done.
And this is so, so important. Because when we don't have a personal connection with someone, what's our automatic assumption? We assume they've got bad intentions, that they're trying to make our lives harder. This is a huge reason why change initiatives fail in red and green bus cultures. It's not about the new idea, it's that there's zero trust in the people driving it.
So, okay, let's bring this back to you. What's in it for you? I mean, whether you're leading a team or you're an individual contributor, why should you invest your time and energy in making connection personal? Let's talk about the payoff.
The benefits are absolutely massive. Making connections personal is how you build real influence. Not the kind that comes from a title, but the kind that comes from respect. It creates relationships that are strong enough to handle honest, difficult conversations. And for leaders, it's how you discover the hidden talents on your team. For everyone else, it's what makes your colleagues want to jump in and help you when you're stuck.
This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Think about it. When some person you barely know from another department drops a problem on your desk, it's easy to get defensive. But if it's a colleague you know, someone you have a real connection with, you see it totally differently. You actually want to help them figure it out.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? How do you put this into practice? Well, the great news is this is not about grand dramatic gestures. It's all about the small choices you make day in and day out.
The key mindset is right here. You have to slow down to speed up. Now, I know that sounds kind of backward, right? But think of it like an investment.
Taking just a few moments to build that trust and rapport up front will save you so much time and frustration down the road. It lets you and your team move so much faster together.
And we are talking about really simple things. Things like this. Just asking someone how their weekend was and actually listening to the answer before you dive into the agenda. Or sending a quick private message to thank a colleague for their help. These tiny human acts, they have a huge, outsized impact.
And here's the really cool part. When everyone on a team starts making these small, conscious choices to connect, something pretty amazing starts to happen. It stops being just about individual actions and starts creating a whole new culture.
You can see the progression right here. It's like a chain reaction. It all starts with making connection personal. That creates a feeling of inclusion, where people feel like, hey, I can actually be myself here. And that is the bedrock, the absolute foundation for psychological safety.
And this right here, this is the ultimate payoff. Psychological safety, built on that foundation of personal connection, is what lets a team truly fly. It's what makes people feel safe enough to speak up, to share a crazy idea, to admit a mistake, to hold each other accountable. It is the engine of continuous improvement and innovation. So, we've covered the why and the how. Now, it really just comes down to you. So I'll leave you with this one simple question to think about. What's one connection, just one small step, you can choose to make today?
You